Manifesto number 1 says we shall legalize weed. But I would like Dr. Gwada to come and stand near me, because that man is a blueprint of information that this country has refused to follow. This man has of recent advised a president in the neighboring country to start marijuana, and he has started it, though I will not name the president. Professor, if I go wrong, just pardon me and take over. But because of time, I'll go very fast. Number 1 acre of bhang can earn you $78,000 or 8 million per harvest. Per harvest. A harvest takes only 6 months. Now, if you have to harvest, that is 16 months, you earn 16 million. Of course, it will come with the tax implications, so that you can raise money and revenue for the government to continue with what it ought to do. The whole of Nyeri county is 583,000 acres. This means that if we grew bhang in Nyeri County, Nyeri residents will earn $45 billion or 4.6 trillion per harvest. Kenya today owes China, or the debt you have today is $10 trillion. But mengine unaweza kujijazia. What happened? Is that where we saw? Where's number 1? Where's number 1? I thought we started with number 1. Yes. And because bhang is harvested twice a year, it means Nyeri residents will earn $92 billion or 9.2 trillion every year. This means if we grew bhang for export, Nyeri is in 1 year, will earn the equivalent of Ethiopia's GDP. If we grew bhang in Nyeri alone, as you see, each Kenyan could get a dividend check. In Nyeri, each Kenyan will get a dividend check of 200,000 Kenya shillings every year from the sale of bhang. That's Nyeri. That means that we shall be very happy with that amount just from one county. Semeni haleluya. Kila mtu atakuwa anafanya nini? Ana pesa yake. Utakuwa na bodaboda ya nini? Utauza miraa. Si miraa kitoka una export na huko na pesa nyingine extra. Utakaa kwako ama utakaa kwako? Utajenga nyumba ya mabati ama ya tiles? Tuendelee. If we grew bhang in Nyeri alone, we would build 3 expressways in each county in Kenya. 2 express in each county in Kenya. If we grew bhang in Nyeri alone, Kenya could buy Bill Gates and Microsoft in just 2 years. Canada, last year alone, of 75,000 acres, harvested $486 billion. And you see all the drones you see flying here and there, they are made up of fiber, which is from hemp. If you look at Canada, this year, they manufactured the first plane made out of hemp, a product of marijuana. Now, if that plane was to land in Kenya today to pick up passengers, because of international law, has Kenya got any jurisdiction to go and inspect the fabric of that plane? Let us stop joking. Let us stop being given unfair promises that cannot be fulfilled. We have the solution. school slowly. I was not betting. There was a point that was down there. But let's continue. Yes. If we grew bhang in Nyeri alone, Kenya will have 10% of IMF total cash reserves. In short, we'll never have to borrow a single coin in future. Kenya will become the richest country in the world. Mount Kenya was made wealthy by two cash crops, coffee and tea. In fact, Kikuyus got their economic head start in 1923 when they were allowed to grow coffee and tea. Before 1923, it was illegal for any indigenous Kenyan to grow both crops. Bhang is our next cash crop. It grows widely in Mount Kenya. Question is, if we require the permission of Muzungus, who have now legalized bhang, why should we legalize? We have punitive laws which were imposed on Kenyan Parliament through foreign aid na kada. Na wakati wametengeneza hiyo sheria, because wameambiwa msipotengeneza hiyo sheria tutawapatia mkopo, unaona wengine wanaenda kucheza hapa wakisema I've now made the rule, I've now made the rule. I wish there was a mimic here. Wanaenda to rejuvenate, putting our men and women in jail for things that are not proper, having punitive regulations in this country that are putting our country outside the circles of morality. That's why we should have morality and solidarity. Repeat after me, morality and solidarity. That's Roots Party for you. But for the others, and repeat after me, it's morality and it's solidarity and immorality. Solidarity and immorality. That's what you see, and that's how I define our opponents. Because they are in solidarity with immorality. They are telling us lies, package of lies, package of lies. They are not telling us how. We are telling you how. And that is the truth. It takes a man like Daktari here, who first of all started this crusade, went to the Senate twice, was thrown out because the pharmaceutical companies that I'm opposed to, who make medicines, have got what we call the lobbying scheme. When they hear that Kenya wants to legalize bhang, they will call in the ministers concerned. Can you come for a talk in Britain? Whatever monies they are given probably, and we know, and have figures, and trust me, I'll trust some of these opponents when they bring, you get them with bank accounts in Singapore. In Singapore, and I know who has money in Singapore and Dubai. In Singapore, so long as you can pay taxes on monies that you take there, that becomes legal. The wash that we know, the monies are taken to Singapore, they pay 15%, and then they bring it through Dubai to this country. Some of those opponents, let me tell you this, because I have the information, have staffed companies in Dubai to wash money. When the time for hanging comes, I will hang those ones when the laws are done. Tunataka kila mtu atuambie, including myself, ni pesa ngapi uko nayo? Hizi nyumba unaishi ulitoa wapi? Hii magari uko nayo umetoa wapi? Hii watoto wako kila wakati wakiwa wagonjwa naenda ngambo unapelekanga namna gani? Hii uongo unatudanganya kila siku unatudanganya kwa nini? It's up to you guys to ask. It's my humble opportunity to exercise your right to vote. To get that vote, as Mr. Kanye has said. Mr. Kanye that you saw there is a world scientist. He has worked for NASA in the US. He's a statistician. Very humble man. And probably that's why Justina chose him. Because if you look at Justina, umeona kama amechoka kwa uso. Umeona kama amechapa. So huyo mnaanza kumwamini na wasichana wenu. That's why alichukua kwa mjamaa. Nafikiria hiyo ni mambo tutaongea baadaye. Number 2, snakes. Snakes. The Bible says that a snake, which they call a serpent, was a very brave animal. Inaendelea kusema kwamba hiyo ilimdanganya Adam. Eve Na hiyo ni story zao, hataki kwenda in between because kuna semekana kwamba kulikuwa na matunda ilikuliwa huko. Na watu wengine wakakasirika ndio kwa maana watu wakaanza kujiona uchi. Like the kind of snake I'm talking about ni ile snake yenyewe original. Hata mimi nikiwaonyesha hivi journalists, hii yote ni majeraha ya python when I was a young boy. How it really squeezed me to swallow me. To swallow me when I was young. Thank God I'm still alive. So I know the dangers of the snake. But the good part of it, the good part of that snake I'm talking about, is that it's carrying something in it. It's carrying something in it that is very productive. That will give us $1 billion US dollars per year. Na mimi nataka watu wachanuke tafadhali. Tumezoea ile lugha ambayo tunafundishwa kila siku for the last 50 years. Tukiambiwa kitu kama hiyo wengine wanakimbia, na wale bloggers wa ule mwingine ambao mmechukua jina langu kuongea on my behalf. Endeleeni tu, lakini your lies will soon be disapproved on the night when I take over as the president of this country. Wengine wanajiita Profesa Wajackoya kwa Facebook. Ile kizungu anaandika haki ya Mungu kisoma, unajijazia. We will rear snakes. Can I come back to my snakes, please? Allow me to go the way I am. I'm a professor of law. We will rear snakes. If we did snake farming, each venomous snake farmer will earn an average of $6,000 or $600,000 per vial antivenom. Kadogo tu hivi na nyonga kidogo kanatoka chui kanaingia kwa chupa. Hapo peke yake is 600 Kenya shillings unaweka kwa mfuko. Unaiwacha inaendelea. Alafu inasemekana hapa kwamba for example a cobra farmer will make $6,300 from a vial of cobra antivenom. If you harvest black mamba antivenom, a Kenyan farmer will take $5,300 per vial. Supposing you have 3 snakes. Na mtaonyeshwa kufuga. Mtaonyeshwa how to keep them. You will be shown because the government will give you money from Ganja to put a proper infrastructure. Here you are a Ganja farmer. Na unaweka which money ya nyoka kule kwa Ganja ndio mtasije kukuibia. Alafu na hapo both sides. Will you not be happy? Will you not be happy? There are ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you that we have wealth. We have wealth in our country. We don't need to depend on these people anymore. You are the Rastafarian saying here. They said something about Patricia Lumumba. They talked about Haile Selassie. They talked about freedom of emancipation from slavery. When we look around ourselves and we ask ourselves questions, for how long are we going to be dictated upon? For how long are we going to be unemployed? For how long are we going to be told lies? Kazi kwa vijana, alafu napewa wheelbarrow na kijiko. Tumepewa hiyo. Alafu naambiwa at bottom up ikienda juu na wheelbarrow. Na wewe umesoma kizungu, wewe umesoma kwa university, unaenda nyumbani, unaambiwa ati sisi tutakupanga, ati kina bodaboda, kina mama, mama mboga ina government. Kila mtu atakuwa ni nani? Wheelbarrow ina government. Kila mtu atakuwa na yake. Now you know theft in our government. Kila mtu atakuwa na pesa yake. Ukienda Greater Somalia, which hived itself from Somaliland, or let me say Somaliland Republic, kulikuwa na mambo mengi ya shifter na gorilla na nini, lakini sasa hizo ukienda huko, you can leave your money safe. You don't need to have a bank outside na unalala kwako. Lakini hapa mtu anakuibia, alafu anakuja kukuambia wheelbarrow. Mwingine anatoka huko, anakuambia I'll give you 6,000. What can 6,000 do to you? Sure. What can 6,000 do? And I'll give you 6,000. Nawe mwenyewe tuambie ile pesa uko nayo ulitoa wapi? Wewe tuambie kila siku your family ndio wanaenda bunge wanakuwa hii na come on Kenyans, wake up. My brother is here. He's not even a member of the Roots Party. Where is he? Hey, can you stand up? Yeah. That's my brother, anaitwa Mzito Warumba kwa small radio station kule Bungoma. Lakini yeye namtreat tu kama nyinyi. Hakuna special treatment hapa. Alikuwa anataka kusimama kura, just sit down. Nikamwambia it's your democratic right but not on my party. Because ukijaza mama yako, brother yako, nyanya yako, auntie yako, mnaenda bunge kufanya nini? Why can you give other people an opportunity? Why can't you give a Rastaman an opportunity as a nominated member of parliament? Why can't you give people who are down there opportunity to be who they are? Why must you be the one having everything? Ukiendesha gari ukienda mahali